Mayor of Dubbo, Matthew Dickerson, great to have you on board. We're all wondering what's happening with our water situation because it's still a little bit brown. We know we have to boil it. What's the latest?
Yeah, certainly. It's one of those things that it's all okay now. It's been running fine since 6:18 p.m. last Thursday, but because there was less than a day, about probably 10 hours, where water that was potentially contaminated was being pumped into our reservoir system, then in conjunction with New South Wales Health, we've got to run enough water into our reservoirs to get to the point where we're comfortable, New South Wales Health is comfortable, that the dilution factor is down to a low enough level that we can then say again that our water is safe. Now, there's a complicated process there because we've got a number of reservoirs across the network. The three first reservoirs, the ones that will be released first, will be the Newtown Reservoir up in South Dubbo, Bunanyong in East Dubbo, and then Rifle Range Road Reservoir over in West Dubbo. So those are the three reservoirs that will be first. Now, I can't say definitely yet, but probably by about Thursday night, we'll put an announcement out to say that they're safe, but don't take it on what I've just said there. Wait until the announcement comes out to say that they're safe. So there'll be zones. We'll put out some zone maps to say people in these zones will be okay to start using the water as normal. Then there's reservoirs that are downstream from those reservoirs that are obviously fed from those, so they might take a few more days, so it might be early next week before we say those reservoirs are now safe to drink. It's obviously a very low-risk situation, but public health and safety is incredibly important to me, incredibly important to Council, New South Wales Health as well, so we just don't want to take any risks with it. We want to make sure that people have confidence in the water they're drinking. So at this stage, if you're going to put that water in your mouth, if you're going to drink that water, if you're going to clean your teeth with that water, if you're going to cook with that water, you still need to boil that water at this stage.
100%, and the pressure is an issue as well. The pressure has actually been okay at my place, but a few of my friends are saying that theirs is down. Is that something that will fluctuate over the next couple of days?
Yeah, spot on. Thanks for mentioning that, because one of the things that we'll be doing to try and get the water through our system quicker, because obviously the sooner we get any of that potentially contaminated water out of the reservoirs and the fresh water into the reservoirs, the sooner we can take off the boil water alert. So what we'll be doing is we'll be actually releasing water, and that started yesterday, releasing water into our stormwater system, so taking those reservoirs and drain them as much as possible. Now, we're not going to drain them to empty, otherwise you'd have no water pressure, but they're going to be down at levels that are lower than normal. So you will have some people in some areas, depending on where they're connected to, that will see that their pressure is a bit lower than normal, and then it will come back up. So that'll be a bit variable. That'll change over the next few days. And if people do see water coming out into the stormwater drain system, it's probably okay. It's probably just us flushing out those reservoirs as much as possible.
Yeah, I was going for a walk yesterday and I heard a few, and I read that that's what it is. And if you'd like to know more, you can get onto dubbo.newsouthwales.gov.au. There's a public notice there just to give you a bit of an oversight. So, Matthew Dickerson, thank you very much. That is a great update. Only a couple of sleeps and hopefully it all works out.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Thanks for your time, Rowan.